What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. And I do appreciate the support. I had to get comfortable real quick. But check it out. I'm going to talk about a story that happened on April 25th, and police are still looking for the two guys that beat up and robbed an elderly groundskeeper at a church called True Vine Baptist Church out there in Mobile, Alabama. Shout out Alabama. Shout out Mobile. You know what I'm saying? Guys, this crime is brutal, and they got it on video. Police are looking for the community's help in catching these two men that went out there, and it was a lawn care worker working the church grounds. He was approached by two men that spoke to him for a little while and then proceeded to beat on him and rob him. Now, guys, they beat this man so bad that he's went and visited plastic surgeons, and they literally broke his face. Somebody's father, somebody's grandfather. People are opportunistic. Whatever drives them, whether it's positive or negative. But things like this happen, and we need to have our heads on the swivel. Take a look at this story, and we'll come back and get on it.
We'll do at 9, new video of a crime we first told you about nearly 2 weeks ago. An elderly church maintenance man beaten down by two people while on the job. Now, this is video we've been pressing Mobile police to release even this afternoon after telling us they had no new leads. MPD still withheld the video, but saying due to its violent nature. So we went back to the church where the pastor gladly turned it over. It's a crime Fox 10's Ariel Mallory first reported on 11 days ago. The maintenance man at True Vine Missionary Baptist Church on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue attacked by two people.
But he was beat up pretty bad. Oh yes, they were punching like they were punching a punching bag.
Pastor Sandy McQueen initially held on to the surveillance video, allowing Mobile police to do their investigation. As of this afternoon, MPD tells Fox 10 News they have no new leads and still need the public's help, but won't release the video or still images of the attackers.
He is weed eating on my far right here. He noticed two gentlemen across the street and who were looking suspicious.
Tonight, Pastor McQueen shows us the vicious attack on church property. The maintenance man in his late 70s taken down.
Before he can get in his truck, they decided to jump him.
While the video quality is not the best, this is around 3:30 April 25th. You can see the first of two suspects run up to the victim, the other one not far behind. After talking to him for a minute, they pounce on him, throwing him to the ground, punching him repeatedly. While we're not showing the attack, I can tell you it's a brutal beatdown. Both suspects on top of the victim, punching him multiple times. They'd take $100 from his wallet while trying to find the keys to his truck. At some point, the victim gets a pitchfork to protect himself.
He got a pitchfork now in his hand off his back of his truck. So he picks up the weed eater to combat him.
If we're keeping track, this is round 3. The video shows them hitting him with the weed eater before once again taking him to the ground.
Seemed like it was more of a rage or a fury because there was no match between an elderly and two youngsters.
It was a passerby who witnessed the attack in progress, driving up, scaring them off, the two suspects walking off as if nothing happened. While Pastor McQueen knows investigations take time, he hopes releasing this video will generate new leads.
Oh, my worst fear is that it will happen again. If it's not here, it's going to be somewhere else. Sooner we can get them off the street, the better.
And we're told the victim is having to see a plastic surgeon for broken facial bones, but is expected to be okay. Meanwhile, late this evening, the pastor received a tip from a nearby business. He will be turning it over to MPD to follow up with. If you have information that can help investigators, Mobile police certainly want to hear from you.
Guys, that's the story of what happened to this gentleman right here. And it's messed up. Man out there already old, working to make ends meet. And to have something like this, befall him, it's tragic. I'm gonna tell you something. My honest opinion, I think the people that did that have some type of addiction. It follows the pattern of just attacking somebody randomly and running through his pockets. Said the man had to fight him off with a pitchfork, y'all. A pitchfork. And they was wild animals or something. Luckily, he got back to his feet. Said they brutalized him, punched him all up in his face, hard as can be. Them wasn't small people. They was bigger men. Yeah, robbed him and stuff. Why'd you stop? Came back 3 times to fight this man. Obviously, they said he didn't know him. That's the part that's scary out here, man. It's like nowadays, it's like the Walking Dead. You can come across any random band of marauders to just walk up on you, whether they said these were younger people, whether they're people that might have an addiction, random homeless people with a hint of violence, or just some wild feral children that like to cause mischief and walk up on you and just give you the business. It's like nobody's safe no more. You keep saying it. Everybody talking about, oh, we don't feel safe. We don't feel safe. I don't know what's going on, but this stuff need to be fixed. Seriously, it does. That guy is doing his job. They walked on church ground. You seen the picture of the building on the thumbnail. It's a big cross up there. Don't care. Maybe they call it God's house. Maybe God is in the house. He ain't in the lawn. They look at it like that. Either way, it's messed up. You walked up on somebody, beat them up in broad daylight, like nothing was going to happen to you and walk off. You got a hell of a nerve. Got a hell of a nerve. This man got family members. Then the one thing that I don't understand, and I mean, people do what they do when they, the guy or the person didn't have to do anything. But it seemed like the car came up and beeped the horn, scare him off or whatever. After they was fighting on the man, they walked off. How did they get away? You could have got out real quick, seen if the guy was okay, got some details, could have been on the phone with the police. At that time, they walked away. They couldn't have went that far. You could have got a description of them or just watched them until the police arrived on scene. I don't know. I guess some people don't want to get involved like that, but I mean, or maybe the guy's injuries were so severe that he needed medical attention. The guy stayed with him rather than deal with that. Either way, man, it shouldn't have happened. And people that do crimes like this need to be dispatched. Prison time ain't going to help that. You letting somebody go sit behind bars with 3 square meals a day and the ability to watch TV and make a life for themselves and get acquainted with being incarcerated does not help their situation. That's not punishment for a man. It's not. That's why you got a lot of repeat offenders and people that go out here and do the same thing over and over again, because when they go to jail or prison, wow, you know what? It wasn't that bad. And once you go in there and learn and in prison one time, it's just like riding a bike. You learn how to move and shake behind bars. So stuff like this don't work. Certain things you want to go ahead and violently attack somebody that has nothing to do with you for your own personal gain. They tried to get his keys to his car, his truck. They came back 3 times. And whatever their mission was, they was going to accomplish it, whether that man lived or not. They broke bones in his face, y'all. His face. You know he had to be a mess to look at. Still didn't care. Guy's elderly. He up here fighting for his life. You know his reflexes is slow, so a lot of times when they was punching him, he didn't have time to put his hands up. Hell, I went and threw a shelf in the dumpster the other day, and it fell out the dumpster. I seen it fall, and I couldn't move my foot out the way, and it smashed my toe. I was like, what the? It's like our minds work fast, but our bodies don't move and match it like it used to. But people doesn't take that into consideration when they're younger because they don't think they, when people was young, we used to be like, man, when I get old, I ain't going to be doing this or I ain't going to be doing that. People don't understand. Aging is a slow, gradual process. Your mind might still work, but your body don't move as fast as your mind do. When I was younger, crimes like this, was really frowned upon. People would come down on you or do something to you for attacking somebody that's old. You don't get no stripes for that. Or doing something to a children or hitting a woman. You don't get no props for that. But nowadays it's normal. If you make anybody mad, whether you a man or woman, they feel as though it's their right to obliterate you. I hope they catch these people and they asking the public to come forward with some tips, man. Do the right thing, man. Get these clowns off the street. This is messed up. That could have been my grandfather. Could have been yours. You know what I'm saying? He's the victim. He's the victim. It's not fair to him. Man up there in age. Now he got to worry about getting his face reconstructed and all this other stuff. And all he was doing is doing his job. Mobile, Alabama is hot, like a lot of the other places in the South. You think that old man want to be out there? He out there because it gives him a sense of purpose, and he still wants to, do something of value or provide value to somebody else, like these two people should have been doing. That's the thing. It's something lost between generations of now and generations of, that came before them. And it's like some type of drive to better yourself. It's like they don't have that drive no more. A lot of people don't have drive. A lot of men don't know their why and what their real mission is in life or a sense of accomplishment. So what they do is they turn their sense of accomplishment into taking something from your sense of accomplishment. What I mean by that is you did something, felt good about it, followed the your goals step by step to obtain something, and that you cherish and understand. I worked hard to get this, and then they come in and swoop and take it. That's unacceptable. They need to start looking at crimes like they should be from a psychological standpoint. You should know better. It ain't my problem that you can't get your shit straight or your life right. But it is my problem when you doing that to other people that are doing the right thing and don't deserve you to come and do that. That's like you working hard and studying all night for a test, and here comes some jerk off coming in the morning and switching your test with his after he already marked it. You fail, and he passed off of your work. Make it make sense. Unacceptable. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. We got to start taking care of each other out here. For real.